What is up, my people? JaxB.TheRipper here. I am very behind on metal monthly favorites, and I do apologize, as well as metal around the world. And so in case you guys are new here and you don't know how I do this, every 2 months I do metal monthlies favorites, because usually I'm on repetitive mode when I like something. So basically I don't have a long list of like new stuff or whatever. Also, don't count on me as the person like she's gonna listen to the latest album. Not really. I listen to whatever I'm into at the moment. So I am not the one to run to for the latest, you know. And yes, I also realize I'm behind on Ripper news. That one I purposely took a break off just because the whole Eddie Van Halen thing and a couple others that passed away just really depressed me. It's just the fact I felt like I needed to take time off of that until I find some good news, because like I said, I don't want to turn into Jax does the obituaries. And for those of you on my Instagram, thank you so much for like leaving me such nice comments and everything. For those of you that don't know, my mom went back to chemotherapy. It looks a lot better though. I'm not gonna get into like full-on details. She's still weak, but she's not like how she was before. So I mean, I don't know, she has 2 more appointments and let's see what happens. So yeah, that's been kind of like emotional draining on me, and that's why I haven't been able to, you know, give you guys good content. And then every time when I do film a video, you could just tell it's just been draining. Speaking of draining, I'm just glad today's election day, so this shit's finally over. But you know, let's prepare for the Civil War now. So hopefully you guys voted. I did. I voted early because, you know, my dad didn't hop over no border for me to like not have better rights, and I did not have, and my fellow women did not die in vain. So I will make sure to vote because they wanted to make sure I had the right to do whatever I want with my body. So by the way, I should have mentioned this is also going to turn into like a collective haul a little bit, just a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to start with the progressive power metal band Pagan's Mind. My cousin introduced this band to me, Heavenly Ecstasy. So this one came out, I believe, like in 2011. I believe they're from Sweden, actually Norway. I'm looking at my notes. You all know how much of a fucked up memory I have. So I don't know why I didn't want to give this band a chance. This band is so good. Supposedly this album was like kind of like what made it on the radio for them over there in the Scandinavian countries. But if you're going to start off with Pagan's Minds and you don't know which album, definitely start off with Heavenly Ecstasy. That is such a good album to listen to. Okay, and now time to show you more music that I'm listening to, and this time I actually have stuff to show you. So I've mentioned Haunt before so many times in my videos, I think, and I'm gonna mention them again because I think the last time I mentioned them was like in January, February, I'm not sure. But if Icarus could fly, I know there's gonna be a glare, and I'm sorry, it is dark right now anyway. So Burst Into Flames, Fine Freeze, that's the vinyl slip right there. I'm hoping to finally get my record player for Black Friday. Just a black vinyl, is matte, and I love the matte covers better than the glossy ones. I don't like glossy ones whatsoever. I don't know, that's just a preference, a personal preference, I guess. I'm gonna take out the record obviously, but I've been in such a Haunt mood lately. Like, they are good. I know some people complain about like the vocals. Like, I think it's just because it's not what they expect it to be. I think the vocals are fine. I think it goes great with the sound. You know, very like mystical kind of stuff. What can I tell you? I mean, what I like about Haunt and then this next band that I'm about to mention, Traveler, is like they're like traditional metal, but they're not like I feel like a lot of the new wave traditional metal bands that are coming out, I feel like they try really hard to be traditional metal. Like, they try really hard to go back to those roots, but with these 2 bands, Traveler and Haunt, I don't feel it that way. I feel like it's just like, you know, very natural, very organic. Traveler, hands down, has some amazing lyrics. I know it's dark, you're not gonna be able to see. So definitely recommend this band, especially to like read through the lyrics. I know, like, I have posted it up on TikTok. Usually, you guys, when I show my collective hauls, I kind of do it just through TikTok. It's just easier than sometimes I'll post it up on my Instagram. It's more fun. I don't know, to me it is. It's just more fun. And I know a couple of people have told me that they love the lyrics. Like, I think, like, it's just something you need to read through. It's very, you know, it's I don't want to say it's like the power metal type of lyrics, because I feel like power metal is just way too exaggerated. Sometimes people can't handle that. I feel like there's really no dragons. It's more like on the sci-fi kind of like apocalyptic kind of type. I don't know if that makes sense, but definitely there's always some kind of creature coming out, and I fucking love it. But they don't do it to a point where it's like cheesy or even unbelievable. So I don't know, very psychedelic too, very hint of psychedelic when you're reading the lyrics. So yeah, I could go on, but I can't because I got a few more to show you. Y'all gonna laugh, and it's okay, but I got into Motionless in White. Thank you, TikTok. I've never heard, okay, when it comes to Black Veil Brides, Asking Alexander, and especially Blood on the Dance Floor, I don't even need to listen to that fucker Jovi Vanity. No. That pedophile? No. We don't need to go there. Yeah, that was a shitstorm in April with him, and yeah, no. But I've never listened to the other three before. I know they were big when I was like, I guess like 17 or 18. They started getting big, I'm not sure. But I just never listened to them. I didn't know who they were or anything. You know, if I didn't hear it, I just wasn't going to dig for it. So finally, because I'm on TikTok a lot now, and I'm over here, like, you know, it's addicting. But it gets my mind off shit, and it helps with my depression. So, Creatures was the first album I listened to. It's just really good. I don't know what to say. City Lights was the one that caught my attention. I wasn't expecting, you know, to like the guy's voice or anything. Chris Motion. I've seen them live too. It was 2016, I believe, and it was for Knotfest meets Ozfest. I saw them live in the San Bernardino Amphitheater. Now, I'm gonna be fair here because I did not think they were great live, but I'm gonna be fair here because if y'all been to the San Manuel Amphitheater, you know it is not the best, especially the main stage when it comes to sound. We all know how embarrassed Tom Araya from Slayer was that day, and the rest of the bands, especially because all the music was morphing together. So, and they were all in a rush. So I'm gonna be fair and, you know, not judge too harshly Motionless in White, you know, live performances. I have heard Chris could have a bit of an ego though. So I didn't think anything of them. My friend thought they were just weird, that's it. And I just didn't know where they were. I was like, what are they? Are they metalcore? Like, what exactly are they? I still don't know what the hell they are. I just know I enjoy it. And they have some songs with Danny Filth, Jonathan Davis. I mean, it's really good songs. I mean, I really did enjoy Voices and Necessarily Evil, you know. The remake of To the Killers, somebody told me was actually really good, and I love the Killers. I'm a big fan of the Hot Fuss album. That was my time when I was like 15 years old right there. So yeah, I really got into them, so I wasn't expecting that. I'm pretty sure y'all in shock too. You're like, really? I was like, I mean, some of you guys like Ariana Grande and Lana Del Rey, so don't give me that shit, okay? It's like, don't give me. I mean, nah. It's like we all like what we like, okay? So got Amure, Look at Yourself. This is it came out with their new album. I know I mentioned them last time, but I mentioned them again because I'm also doing this as a collective also. Yes, I bought these two. This came out, what's it called? Look at Yourself came out right before Hindsight, I believe. That's why I got these two. Plus, I usually get a lot of my stuff through Merch Bar. So I was just able to grab whatever I could get. They were actually running out of a lot of Amure stuff. Definitely listen to Hindsight if you haven't. It's really good. It is a deathcore band. I know a lot of people on here are probably not the biggest deathcore fans out there. Also, yes, I have been listening to Bon Jovi, Runaway. I mean, I was trying to get the Runaway shirt, but they ran out, so I got the Slippery When Wet one. And on TikTok, I got into a couple arguments with some people because they were telling me that's not really metal. I was like, the first three albums were. Anything after that, I will not argue because I haven't listened to them. Well, I've listened to Crush. What am I saying? That was my first CD from them. Yes, that was more like alternative, but it was still a really good album that got me invested at 12 years old to learn more about this band. Afi Sing the Sorrow. Really, there's a lot more of Afi I listen to. I listen to Afi a lot, so I just decided just to add that in there because I just recently purchased it off Amazon. It's obviously a used copy, but that's fine, which means it's like the original sound, obviously. I never had the original copy back in the day. Remember, I didn't really get an allowance, and if I did, I had to get good grades, and even if I got good grades, my dad was like, oh, well, it's not an A, it's only a B, so you're not going to get your allowance. So yeah, he was a real hard ass like that. Thinking that was going to teach me a lesson, but it didn't. Just taught me I have to go get my own job and, you know, get the shit I want. So I never really bought CDs, you know. I was on that train with like Kazaa and Napster, you know, downloading illegally. You know, I was broke and I wanted my music, and we didn't have YouTube at that time, and it was just starting. So I do have a burned copy of it, and I do have a burned copy of 365, so, and a couple other ones. So I'm finally now getting the collection that I want, and I just ordered the vinyl, or the picture vinyl for Hollow's EP. So yeah, so I'm now having a better collection of it. And then lastly but not least, horror pop. The video was called Do We Still Listen to These Bands? And I mentioned horror pops, and yes I do, even though I hate psychobilly, but I like them. When I was looking for the albums, I noticed I only had the second and third. I thought I had the first one, but I only had a burned copy. So I also decided just to like purchase this off Amazon and get, it's a used copy as well. Oh, let me show you the inside. Yeah, I remember all that shit. I don't know if it's that trend. Well, here is not really like a trend, it's like a lifestyle, sadly. But I shouldn't talk, I know, but yeah, I remember like back in high school, because it was mainly like emo kids and like psychobilly kids, and I just remember they all had those big old sucker lollipops with the stripes or whatever. It was like the circle ones, and they all had like the fucking, you know, Betty Page bangs and like the stripes, like trying to look like Mrs. Frankenstein or whatever. So yeah, I wasn't into that, but I like the horror pops. Anyways, I'm pretty sure I missed a lot of bands. Some of them I did purposely miss, like I know I did listen to the Napalm Death album, but not full on through, so I didn't want to add this yet because I would get sidetracked with something else. I also been listening to a lot of JaxB.TheRipper. I'm waiting on my purchases for JaxB.TheRipper. I pre-ordered that and it's still stuck in customs, I believe, in New York. So, and it said I may not get it until November 20th. But yeah, if you haven't listened to JaxB.TheRipper, go listen to JaxB.TheRipper. Ooh, actually, one more album. I forgot my Talk K one. So I did order a shirt. I'm probably gonna show that in another video. I ordered this off Bandcamp, and then like obviously it was like a different seller, and you can't see, but they fucking banged this shit up. Like right here, it's a little damaged. Right there, it's like you're not even gonna be able to see, but I'm just showing you right here and right here. So when I opened it up, I shit you not, it was like banged up, and I was like, you know, like, you know, sure, like, fucking, like, they just didn't package it well. Like, I don't blame UPS or whoever it was that brought it over. It just wasn't packaged well, and I don't know who did it. But anyways, this is on a clear coat vinyl. See? It also came with a sick-ass poster. I believe this is, like, their 5th studio album, Talk K's 5th studio album. I want to hang this up, but I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna do it anytime soon, but I do want to hang it up. But yeah, no, Talk K was one of the first few black metal bands I got into, because at that time I remember 4 years ago I wasn't really that into black metal or anything like that. I've mentioned it before in my past videos. Here in LA it wasn't that big. We just, you know, thrash and trad metal and death metal is more bigger out here. I'm trying to show you my Bon Jovi logo. But you know, it's more that's what's more big out here. I mean, now black metal won over and everything like that, and it's so on. But I just know, like, at first I could not get into Mayhem. I don't know what it was at that time. Well, obviously now I'm into Mayhem, but back then I wasn't. Like, the first band that got me in to black metal, actually the first 2 bands were Satanic Warmaster and Talk K. So that's what got me into black metal, and I do want to start collecting more Satanic Warmaster vinyl. I need to get another shirt because a crazy guy ripped it up that I was dating, so yeah, because he got mad. So yeah, let's just leave it at there. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and thank you all who were very nice to me about not uploading, you know, the important videos that everyone loves, you know, like Metal Around the World and Metal Monthly Favorites, and understanding everything what's going on in my life. Make sure to take care of your vaginas and have a bonerific day.